Tim Miller, welcome to the office.
What's happening, baby?
This is exciting.
We're YouTubing now.
Look at this, John between me and Tim and a little sandwich, huh? Dear Diary.
Dear Diary.
Ooh. A little salami
And
between two pieces of French, two baguettes.
Yeah, that
And
classic salami baguette sandwich.
and even better, we got some Nazi text to talk about.
All right.
A second Nazi group chat
Has hit the White House, yeah.
This is Paul Ingrassia. Mm-hmm. He is the nominee for the Office of Special Counsel. He currently is employed at the Department of Homeland Security. I believe he's a liaison to the White House.
It's kind of a big job, the Office of the Special Counsel has.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like putting somebody over in commerce.
No, although when you go to their website, it does say it's currently closed because there's no one there. So,
But in theory,
it's supposed to
be.
investigate whistleblower claims.
Yeah, so you would want somebody judicious there, you know, investigating internal whistleblowers.
You would.
Do you follow Paul? And before you get to his text, do either of you follow him on Twitter, on X?
I can't say that I do.
No.
I got to tell you, you're really missing a good time. He is out there, and he is like, I would say that he would make Kash Patel's like public persona look downright just middle of the road.
Okay.
You know, he's like the John Huntsman compared to Paul Ingrassia, who is out there. He is just wheels off on all of the conspiracies. He's a big Andrew Tate guy, likes Nick Fuentes, all of the Trump conspiracies. He's whole hog on.
So this is a helpful setup because if he's that out there publicly, you can only imagine what's going on in the group chat. 6 MAGA operatives and influencers in the group chat, and Paul, and I guess some of them decided to leak this chat to Politico because they were so horrified by it. Let's put some of the texts up on the screen here. We got MLK Jr. was the 1960s George Floyd, and his holiday should be ended and tossed into the 7th circle of hell where it belongs. This one was so crazy that one of the people in the chat responded, Jesus Christ. And then said Paul belongs in the Hitler Youth with Obergruppenführer Steve Bannon.
Oh, that's a high-ranking position.
And that's when Paul says, this was of course the title of the piece, I do have a Nazi streak in me from time to time, I will admit it. He is later...
Appreciate the candor.
Yeah, a lot of candor. Later in the chat, never trust a Chinaman or an Indian. Never, just as for emphasis, all caps never, just in case anyone was, thought maybe he was joking or...
Well, that's a tough break for Mrs. Vance in case there was ever a whistleblower inside the second lady's office. It seems like the Office of the Special Counsel might be siding with the enemy within.
I will say, just before we came in here, Trump is doing his daily Q&A in the Oval. Mm-hmm. It's during a Diwali celebration. Kash is there, Tulsi, Harmeet Dillon, all of our favorites. And a lot of questions from reporters, but it's funny, the Diwali celebration, nothing about Paul Ingrassia and the Never Trust an Indian. His nominee for special counsel. This is now, by the way, we're recording this Tuesday afternoon. It's been almost 24 hours since the story broke. Nothing from the White House about his nomination.
Or his current employment.
Right.
Quite the timing on the Diwali celebration for them. Bad draw for them that this came out just about right before that. Also, it's interesting the word Chinaman being there because it's like, are you pulling this from Big Lebowski? Why is that in your vernacular? You're just like such a fucking loser.
It's maybe because he also does an Italian slur for blacks in here.
Let's get this one. It's
very popular in The Sopranos.
I said we're making Kwanzaa illegal in the next Trump administration. That was the gist of my tweet. No, I guess it's Mullion holidays. I don't know if there's...
Moolies. In Sopranos, they just called them Moolies, if you remember.
I don't think you're going to get cast in that Sopranos movie after that performance.
No, I don't think... Well, no. I don't know Italian slurs for black people. So
I guess that, yeah.
And then it says, from Kwanzaa to MLK Jr. Day to Black History Month to Juneteenth, every single one needs to be eviscerated.
It's so like...
What do we think, guys?
It's so funny, too, to be like, we're going to eviscerate these holidays. We're going to send these holidays... We're not just going to get rid of the holidays. We're sending them to the 7th circle of hell. And I don't remember if the circles of hell in Dante's Inferno are like the DEFCON system, and they go... you know what I mean? Yeah. In my mind, the 7th circle of hell is the outer circle. And that, I don't think you got to get deeper in... I would presume that the center circle, that's where Judas
the worst
is.
stuff is happening?
Yeah, that's where Judas and the devil That's where they are.
It's been a minute for me since I read it. I'm going to zag a little bit with my take on this.
Unlike what I just did.
Right
on the
Make
middle.
sure you get back on topic.
Isn't Paul Ingrassia's view of the woke holidays like more in line with the spiritual imperative of MAGA than having a Diwali celebration? You know, like, isn't the Diwali celebration really the outlier when it comes to the Trump administration?
That's an important point. Yeah.
Because I thought they were mad about all of that, about Kwanzaa. You hear a lot of people get very mad about Kwanzaa. I only hear about Kwanzaa actually from the people who are mad about it, for the most part.
I feel like now that in year 10 of this, their coalition has become more diverse, especially in 2024. They're thinking about Southeast Asians that they won over, thinking about younger black men that they've won over. So I feel like now it's more important to just take MAGA people wherever you can get them, right? Can we just talk about the lawyer's response? So Ingrassia's lawyer has responded to this. He said, looks like these texts could be manipulated or are being provided with material context omitted. I'd love to know what the context was. However, arguendo, if the texts are authentic, they clearly read as self-deprecating and satirical humor, making fun of the fact that liberals outlandishly and routinely call MAGA supporters Nazis, he wrote in a statement. In reality, Mr. Ingrassia has incredible support from the Jewish community because Jews know that Mr. Ingrassia is the furthest thing from a Nazi.
Love it?
Yeah, as the spokesman for the Jews, I'll say that I don't know that doesn't resonate with me on my Jewish frequency. So the argument is he's joking about being a Nazi in a private group chat where he says, I have a Nazi streak in me because liberals accuse conservatives of being Nazis in public.
Yeah.
And so he performs as a Nazi for small groups.
Yeah. Or maybe it's AI. Or maybe it's false.
But so it's either they're either fake, but if they were real, they'd also be fine.
They would be jokes.
I will say though that sort of explanation runs into some problems when there's some texts that I actually think are the worst that were not up on the screen and weren't.
Please share.
So at some point as he's doing all this, a third participant in the chat replies, Paul, you are coming across as a white nationalist, which is beneficial to nobody. And when Ingrassia apparently said that, quote, defending our founding isn't white nationalist, that participant pushed back and said that saying Ingrassia reflexively went to saying whites built the country. And then Ingrassia says, they did. And then that comment prompted the same participant to respond, Jesus, you're going to be in private practice one day. This shit will be around forever, brother. Ingrassia then posted an image of painting showing several founding fathers, including Washington, Adams, and Hamilton, into the chat. Quote, we should celebrate white men and Western civilization, and I will never back down from that, he said, according to The Chain. So that's not like a racist joke or even a racist comment. That's just a defense of racism. That's like a full-throated. Yeah. That's racism.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because the person's responding saying like, "Hey, cool it. You're not supposed to say it this way.
Yeah,
you gotta chill out because you're saying things the way you're not supposed to say them.
Yeah, right.
You gotta be cool about this. You're not being cool right now."
Oh, so you're taking the negative view. I was going to take a more positive, which is that like it says something that there's some MAGA people on this private group chat who decided that they do not want this man to be in the office of the special counsel. And it is different from the Young Republicans group chat in that sense. Mm-hmm. Like there wasn't a lot of like internal dissent. It felt more escalatory.
Yeah.
And that to me, I hear you, love it, but there's something to be said for having a value that in polite society you're supposed to show people respect even if you don't actually respect them. Like there's something to be said for that. And the fact that that value has been like stripped from a lot of young Republican circles and the opposite, frankly, has been put in place. Your friend Jane Coaston, talks about this a lot, the vice signaling. Yeah. And that like instead it's been replaced and it's actually the value is to who can be the cruelest and who can be the fucking nastiest and, the most outlandish. And so, I don't know, I had kind of accepted that in the private circles that I'm no longer privy to in the Republican world, that there wasn't really any self-policing anymore. And so I'm taking it as a minor silver lining that there was some self-policing in this case.
I appreciate that. I'm persuaded by that. Yeah, and I do. Yes, that like, even if what they are saying in the chat is, hey, whatever you think, don't express it. That's wrong or at least unacceptable. Does have value even if they know he believes it and can continue to believe it while being in public life because he has an unacceptable view. That does like lend that is a way of asserting morality even among people that may not believe in it. I agree with that.
It's a society.
Yeah.
We live in a society.
Yeah.
Can I give you guys one more that from the gang that loves America and its founding so much? Ingrassia writes, "We need competent white men in positions of leadership. The founding fathers were wrong that all men are created equal. We need to reject that part of our heritage." I mean, that's pretty.
That's a bad one. I mean, I haven't really been.
A joke? Is that a joke about the libs?
I know. I haven't really been caught off guard that much by the texts. You know, I went to prep school. I heard racist jokes. What was that? Could you repeat that one more time?
We need competent white men in positions of leadership. The founding fathers were wrong that all men are created equal. We need to reject that part of our heritage, which I will say is not entirely different from J.D. Vance's Claremont speech about the principles in the Declaration not being what you should identify as American, and Eric Schmidt, Senator from Missouri's, his speech at NatCon.
I don't think either of them went out there and were like, no, all men were not created equal. They're inferiors. They're inferior stock, and they should be treated inferior. And that is like the definition of racism. Like race preference, white supremacy. Sometimes you'll throw around white supremacy when it's they're really more talking about other types of racism or bigotry. In this case, this is like textbook white supremacy. The whites are supreme and people are not created equal. They're less.
It's interesting to live through this. I mean, I saw I saw the picture of this man and I thought, oh, this all tracks. And I didn't understand until we lived through
another 50-year-old looking 30-year-old.
Yeah, and I didn't understand I didn't appreciate until we lived through it how much like what an authoritarian state, what its dangers are, how much it mirrors the flaws of individual people, that like how much it is like a manifestation of people's terrible qualities. And you look at this guy and you're like, he likes the politics of like hierarchy and control and domination and cruelty and meanness. And then it's like, of course, you're a fucking loser. Like, you're a loser. And you're like, you the only hope you have for feeling superior would have to be grounded in like some kind of like ancient racial or like gendered grudge. Because otherwise, you're just a fucking loser.
This video is brought to you by Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe is the new way to keep your home safe. Typical security systems only react once someone is inside your home. Real security stops a crime before it even starts. With Simply Safe, the moment someone steps onto your property, AI-powered cameras detect threats while they're still outside your home and alert real security agents right away. To get 50% off your new system, go to simplysafe.com/crooked. That's simplysafe.com/crooked for 50% off. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
I have one additional thought on this. Can I just play my role as the former Republican here to rant about the Republicans for a second? We knew about the fact that these texts had to be leaked is a total failure of the Republicans in the Senate and also obviously people that work for Trump. But you would expect that you would think in a normal world that the Republicans in the Senate, when this person's name was floated for this job to be the head of the special counsel's office, that John Thune or whoever would have back-channeled to Trump and just been like, no, this one's going to be a no. Like, try somebody else, because these texts, like I said, his public tweets are almost as bad as these texts.
Can I give you two that surprised me?
Sure.
To your point of like, I'm not a Paul Ingrassia follower on Twitter. In March of 2023, he said that education should focus on helping, quote, elevating the high IQ section of your demographics, so basically young men, straight white men. And in December 2023, here was a tweet from Ingrassia, quote, exceptional white men are not only the builders of Western civilization, but are the ones most capable of appreciating the fruits of our heritage.
Yeah, there you go.
That is not that different from the...
And on top of that, he's been a promoter of Andrew Tate and of Nick Fuentes, saying that Nick Fuentes was an important voice for rising young Republicans. He said all this in public. He also is not qualified. It's not like it's not even a qualified racist. It's it's a ridiculous choice for this job. And a couple months ago, Rick Scott, that amphibian, and he has like his endo and exoskeleton are inverted. He has shown no principle in any way, and even Rick Scott said, "I don't know, I'm probably a no on this guy." A couple of months ago, and yet they were still going to push him through until
as
these
of this recording. They haven't pulled him. He's got a hearing on Thursday. I mean, it's been 24 hours, and I'm like, oh, let's look for some good clips of Republicans reacting to this, and here's what we got.
Did Thune say something though? I think
no.
He said something.
He didn't say it on video.
No, but Thune said he should. I don't think he should show up. Something like that.
A couple of them are saying we haven't found any. Let's just go to the Schumer thing. So the couple of Thune, Scott, and I think Lankford, and maybe someone else, and Ron Johnson. Johnson. We're like, no, this is not going to work.
Too far for Ron Johnson. Have you seen that Ron Johnson's like revisiting 9/11 conspiracies? No, Ron Johnson's on a journey. He went to like a conference. The senator in Wisconsin showed up at like a crank conference, that happens at a Ramada Inn or something recently, because he's trying to learn more about some of these conspiracy
just asking questions.
theories.
He's doing his own research. And then here's the Democratic response.
When you think it can't get any worse from Donald Trump in the White House, it does. Recently, they nominated a man named Paul Ingrassia. They nominated him for a high-up position in this administration. The man is an outright bigot, racist, he's a pig. Here's what he said. He said Africa is a shithole continent. Racism if there ever was one. He said he has a streak of the Nazi in him. He seemed to be proud of that. And he said that Martin Luther King Jr. Day belongs in the circles of hell. What the hell is going on? They should remove his nomination, withdraw it immediately, and denounce everything he said. And one more thing. How incompetent is this White House? What kind of vetting process do they have that lets a guy like this through? Did they know about it and not care, or did they not know about it? Either way, they're damned.
You know what? Not bad.
Not everybody's meant to be a TikTok influencer.
But you know what? The message,
What's
okay.
the arms? What are they doing?
They punch down. They punch down.
Just set him at a table. For God's sakes, he's hunched over in a chair.
You thought it was good?
He's doing his best. Wait, what do you want from Chuck Schumer? You don't go to the hardware store for milk.
Well,
I want to go somewhere for it.
We got to get milk from somewhere else. Then if you want milk, we got to go to the grocery store.
How many? We got 47 senators. How many? Maybe we could be elevating someone else as more of the TikTok.
I'm with you.
The face of the TikTok response for the Democrats.
I'm with you.
One more thing. How incompetent.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's
whatever.
It's fine.
It's fine.
This is sort of the more I read the story and look at the text, I'm like, this is fucking insane. And it's just like a.
But you know the thing that I like. We're lucky we saw these texts. It wasn't, to Tim's point, it wasn't a guarantee that we ever would. Do we think that the group chats that some of these other fucking kook nominees have are like just talking about the Federalist Papers and everything that's appreciated about them? Like God only knows. Every time we see a group chat from these people, they're monstrous. The only times we're lucky enough to get them because Jeffrey Goldberg's been accidentally added to them, or Lindsay Halligan text a reporter to say your reporting is dog shit. She's like, "What'd I get wrong? Shut the fuck up. That's what." Why are you texting me? It's off the record. No, it's not. Fuck you.
These are disappearing messages.
I'll take, honestly, why are we getting only the white part, but not the competent part? I was promised the best of the best whites. I'm only getting whites. I'm getting mediocre.
We're the high IQ whites.
I'm getting 40 percentile whites at best.
Can I just say, even if we don't get any more group chats leaked, maybe we can do a better job looking at the Twitter feeds, the public posts that people are putting their names to.
Yeah.
Last year, Paul Ingrassia, he said plenty in public that's, again, just as bad. And maybe we look at those. We don't have to do any digging, any reporting. Just scroll through the feeds.
In a way, people have turned Twitter into their group chats, where they are sharing all kinds of things that would make them unqualified in a sane country.
Who was that running the office of the special counsel for Obama?
I honestly don't even know.
Do you think they were? texting about their Nazi feelings, tendencies?
I don't think so.
Probably not. It was probably somebody that went to Bowdoin and finished at the top of their class, and was very responsible and volunteered on the side on the weekends.
Yeah, just one of the many
Zoran Mamdani.
one of the many brilliant lawyers during previous Democratic and Republican administrations that said all the things you're not allowed to do.
Yeah.
Leading us to this wonderful moment we're in.
Here we are. So it worked.
Thank you.
Anyway, good luck, Paul Ingrassia.
I think that will be spared Paul Ingrassia.
Yeah, I think so too.
Eager to hear what JD Vance has to say. About
But he'll
this.
probably
You think
get
he'll weigh in on whether this is pearl clutching in college kids.
Another tyke, another sweet innocent.
Yeah. Another 12-year-old who dresses like Chuck Schumer.
We're gonna ruin his life over some texts about white men being better.
The interesting question about Ingrassia, the more interesting question, because I think probably won't be confirmed, is he probably will remain as the liaison to the Department of Homeland Security.
He won't lose his job.
Which is, not great.
Good group of people over there. Top notch. All right. Well, thanks, Tim. Thanks for coming by. This was fun.
Got anything else to talk about? You want to talk about Russ Vogt doing a little kind of like cougar speed dating at Mar-a-Lago?
So this is where was this story? You two were both talking about this.
Tim, walk us through what's happening with Russ Vogt.
Okay, well, Russ Vogt is we could Google it, but I think he's a 46-year-old man who looks like he's about 64.
All of them.
Looks not great.
Really ages you.
Does not moisturize. He's a divorced man. He's been they've called him Darth Vader. Mm-hmm. He was the architect behind Project 2025. And
49.
49. Okay. Well,
maybe moisturize a little.
If he moisturized a little, would be helpful. I said he looked 64, but anyway, the Russ, since he's been divorced, Donald Trump, just looking for some entertainment in his life. I think that Mr. Trump isn't. He isn't when he's down at Mar-a-Lago. He can't do the calendar girl parties with Jeff Epstein anymore.
Right.
That he used to do.
Right.
And so he's looking for something, and so he's invited Russ down, and he's trying to introduce him to some ladies with new faces and big lips. And saying, hey, have you ever wanted to go down to Vadertown? And
I can't imagine a worse wingman on earth than Donald Trump. Donald Trump walking up to him and says, I have a giant hog. You want to fuck this bald guy?
Jesus Christ.
I believe it was the Daily Beast that has the story. I should shout out. Swin was the reporter that's been working on it. And I don't know. I mean, I think that Russ. It's probably working for him.
Do you think Trump's on his iPad just giving him the right playlist?
I don't know if it's a playlist, and I think that they probably, it's like, hey, this is the bathroom where I sexually assaulted a People magazine reporter in 1993, and maybe Russ
this
and
is my budget director.
Yeah, maybe Russ and Elaine could head back in there for old times' sake.
We're both trying for a
I know.
trying. I'm like rescissions. That's not anything.
Give me a budget pun.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'd like to. Can't. I have nothing. What the fuck?
You have no double entendres for budget. Pencil pusher, pencil dick.
You know what he can? Yeah, he can bend the curve in the out years. That's for
Jesus. Oh my God.
Is that anything?
I think we need to do 8 minutes to get a standalone YouTube video. Otherwise, this is going to be a short.
Would you like to come back to my suite at Mar-a-Lago? Let's just say I keep my fur low. It's nothing.
No.
What?
It's nothing.
That was horrible.
Oh my
I said
gosh.
it. Okay. Well, you know what? Not a safe space to brainstorm. These are the kind of jokes that get you canceled. This is why J.D. Vance didn't tell jokes at his Marine Day speech, because he was afraid of getting canceled by the woke mob.
No one asked him. No one asked Donald Trump about his nominee, who thinks that only white men understand our heritage because they built civilization.
The press conference? That's too bad.
No, it's weird because they have such tough reporters there, you know? Anyway.
A lot of people, Dogen, nothing. I unplugged my microphone.
I don't know how you guys end these shows. I was about to do it like it's a Bulwark take. Well, I mean, you're a fucking studio.
This is when I tell people to please subscribe to the channel for more content like this.
Thank you.
Pod Save America. It's free. You just hit subscribe, And, because you want more content like this. You want the algorithm to surface more content just like this.
This is the part of, in the Bulwark, this would be the part where Bill Kristol tells a story about placing one daisy in the rifle of an ice person. As his ever shift towards hippie life continues, and I love it.
We love woke Bill Kristol. He's out there quoting Locke and talking about how important it is that youth sports are open to people of all gender identities.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm telling you, what a pleasant surprise of the Trump years.
Unbelievable. We love Bill Kristol.
Love Bill Kristol. All right, that's where we're gonna end. Bye, everyone.
Bye.